Big Hard Books and Classics with your host, Alan Mahan. Hello, BookTube. Good morning. My name's Alan. I'm doing the new to BookTube tag. I'm trying to get used to tags. Any advice anyone can give me on tags is appreciated. I don't know if I should use the hashtag down below. Should it all be one word like light in August, or should it be spaces? Should there be commas after the words? And what about this new thing about putting the hashtags in the title? Does that make a difference to anyone? But this tag, the new to BookTube tag, has 15 questions. I'll try to get to them all. Shout out to Caleb. This is an old tag that I'm taking up. It's from 23 December 2016. I guess it goes to show that once you publish on YouTube, it never goes away. It's still good. You never know. 1. Where are you from? Born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. Undergraduate at Kent State University. I currently live in Portland, Oregon. I've been back here for a year and a half. Number 2. How old are you? That's under the category of none yet. Or for me to know and you to find out. No, really, I'm an open book. But I can take all of it. Number 3. Why did you join BookTube? I've always been on YouTube, like especially for music and stuff. I started watching reviews of books, I think, and I've been a big fan of The Great Courses and Audible.com, things like that. But I also was trying to find how to make money on online, to be honest. And also a need for connection. I've always liked book clubs and meetups in the area, but I like my alone time too. So this is a best of both worlds. And it's a good question here. What's the meaning behind my channel name? Big Hard Books and Classics. I was thinking about the hits or the search possibilities. I'm also thinking I like big books, meaning epic, meaning big books, Ken Follett type books, hard books. I like hardcovers, books like Ulysses, Finnegans, Wake, Gravity's Rainbow, and things you can sink your teeth into. And classics. Now, this next question, 6, is a good question too. What kind of books do you want to talk about? Having said all that about the classics and hard and big books, my guilty pleasure is crime fiction. I mean, I've read all of these authors. John Grisham, Sue Grafton, James Lee Burke. I love James Elroy, old school crime fiction. Elmore Leonard, same thing. Jonathan Kellerman, read all that series. Michael Conley, Lee Child, all that. Stephen King, I've read all of him. I can talk about Stephen King all day. I also like Tom Robbins. Read all his stuff. I'm well versed in the occult and tarot, decades of study. Lester Crowley, Golden Dawn, William Burroughs, Bukowski, Greek and Roman and Irish mythology. I like Southern writers under Faulkner and Sarah there, and then we have like Cormac McCarthy, excuse me, Harry Crews. I can turn people on to Harry Crews, like him. Stay in order. Now, Number 7, favorite authors. Tennessee Williams is one of my favorite authors of all time. Hunter S. Thompson. Love him. I read a lot of spiritual books. Jack Kornfield, Thich Nhat Hanh, they called him. Trumbull, Rinpoche, all that. Dr. Wayne Dyer, late, great Dr. Wayne Dyer. And of course, number 1 for me is James Joyce. I've been a Joyce fan for a long time. I'm Irish. I got my first copy of Ulysses from my grandfather back in the late 70s, when I was a young lad. What am I currently reading? Great question. I'm reading Zone by, he's French, Matthias Inard. Great book. I'll probably have to start over. I was going to read it over again anyway. I kind of stopped at page 350 because BookTube is very busy this September. I'm also, it's busy with Jonathan Franzen's Freedom, getting caught up. In fact, I think that is somewhere. I was looking for it. Did I mention the poetry? I read a lot of poetry as well. I read a lot of secondary sources too. Louise Glück, remember her? Well versed in American poetry. Emily Dickinson, Walt Whitman, and European. I love Yeats, Dylan Thomas. That's where we at. No, it continues. Number 9. Question about bookmarks. No, I don't use bookmarks very often. I use like memento postcards, memento things. I have a picture of an old wall with a bunch of Joyce things. This picture that's from my apartment in Tempe when I was in grad school. We'll get to this, but number 9 is a to be read question. I'm not going to answer that. Nothing personal. I just don't really have a to be read file. Question 10, hardcover or paperback? I prefer hardcovers. I mean, you don't see my name, big paper books and classics. Question 11, books or e-reader? Primarily books, but I read on my phone a lot. I have a Kindle on my phone, and there's that library app I use. I think it's called Libby. I check books out of the library on my phone, but primarily hardcover books. Question 12, do I own or borrow? About half and half. I'm going to do a tag on the library, but I've always loved the library since I was a wee lad. Question 13, book series that got me into reading. I remember my first short story was 5 Chinese Brothers, and I mentioned that in a video below. That's a story from the 1930s, but it's the first one I remember, and I was probably in first grade when I read that. But I got into the Hardy Boys. I have the story of my mom, at 19, off in college, sold them for like 5 cents a piece. I had all the original Hardy Boys. I read Don Quixote early. I read Andre Dumas early. Love Three Musketeers, and I love Count of Monte Cristo. If I see that book wherever, if I see it around, how you discover books or find them. I just found a James Liebert book, through bookshelf the other day. But if I ever see Count of Monte Cristo, I have to get it and read it. I love that. The Sting was a great early read of mine. I think it was the first time I read the F word. The Sting. And then I read the F word again. And books I'm not reading is currently reading this book for the first time, and I really envy that. The Catcher in the Rye. I read that really early. And I read the Beats early too. Like before high school, I read all the Beats and Kerouac. And I started getting into Burroughs early. Sometimes I think of these videos I make as a cut-up method like Burroughs. Because when I make mistakes, I have a note here, a library tour. I'm going to do a library tour, and I'm also, I like to do a bookstore tour. I'll do Powell's up here. Question 13, challenges with BookTube. Mine are with editing and wait. I don't want to waste time. I'm looking for advice, being a new to BookTube, advice on how to properly tag people and how to make my video show up in sequence. 14, where can we find you? Well, this is like the question about my age. Again, I am an open book, nothing to hide. My name's Alan Mahan. I spell it out here. But I'm not prepared to put up links yet. And I think that's it. I did a show. With Alan Mahan.